Dark Tower. Chapter 2. Silver. Half a kingdom for a ticket, paid more than in full. B2. Why is there so much pain in your poems? Edgar asked, swinging in his rocking chair by the fireplace in Karina's lab room. All magicians, especially strong ones, had to suffer their abilities. Besides, these are my old poems, when I was still nostalgic. I always thought that you were doing well, that you were happy. Edgar, what do you feel about the future? No, don't ask. Edgar shook his head. Have you been deprived of access to the tablets? Karina got surprised, but Edgar stared into the fireplace silently. You know something scary. That's why you don't want to tell me about it, do you? Where and when did you live on Earth? He asked suddenly. The last time it was the Silver Age. I remember horse-drawn carriages, stone-paved roads, lanterns. You must have studied at Mendeleev's. The Silver Age is romantic. And where do you live now? Right in Alan's castle. Yes, it's easier, and I have a 2-story cottage with a garden near the City of the Sun. On weekends I am there, otherwise, I am here. I see, Edgar sighed. It's too late, it's time to fall asleep. And where do you live? Karina wondered. Left, straight ahead, right, left again, then right. There is a lonely and very dark tower in the fields. The long-awaited weekend arrived. Karina was talking to the flowers in her cottage when a strong wind suddenly came up and the sky got covered with dark clouds. She rushed to the attic, where an old telephone without wires was kept. Edgar, she picked up the receiver and shouted, "What's going on?" I am not deaf. There is absolutely no need to shout like that. There is a problem in the castle. There was a heavy downpour. We got a bit flooded. Then there was a short circuit. The light went out. In the astral, a short circuit, the light went out. Karina laughed. Is that a problem? You are a mage. However, if there is no light, of course, there is nothing to do in the castle, and we may have a rest. Karina stopped laughing abruptly. Of course, she should not have said that. Easily, Edgar calmly replied, and the connection was interrupted. He hasn't said what he was doing in the lab on his day off, reading books in the library. Karina wondered and immediately moved to the castle library, but Edgar appeared there almost simultaneously with her. So where are we going to? Karina asked. The Silver Age, perhaps, Edgar replied calmly, not even surprised by her appearance, and asked, when are we leaving? Well, what about right now? Give me your hand, Edgar whispered and came up to her. Karina obediently held out her hand, and 2 small oblong leaves fell from the ether into her palm. What's it? Karina exclaimed in surprise. Already forgotten tickets for the train. The train? Wow, what a luxury. Trains are not luxury, Karina, they are means of transport for ordinary people. What about the broom? Edgar. We don't need it today. Anyway, we must hurry, the train is about to leave. That weekend in the Silver Age was like true magic. Karina forgot about the Inquisition and the Gothic castle. She was able to enjoy not only the steam train trip but also riding in carriages, prancing on horseback, waltzing with Edgar at a ball, and even spending the night in the palace. Then they found themselves in a tavern. I am scared, Karina said, watching people absorbing alcohol in huge quantities. Will they be possessed by demons? No, I am scared of what will happen to us after we get back. Life is an interesting thing, isn't it? While you live on Earth, you want to drop everything and run away to heaven. When you are in heaven, you get nostalgic for Earth. I don't want to go back to Earth. Edgar. Have you been that unhappy? It's my own karma. I fall in love with bad boys all the time. They betray me, rob me, set me up. So, in general, they kill me one way or another, or rather, they drive me to death. I have to live alone and trust no one. Come on, don't think about it. Have you ever been married? Certainly. And who was your last husband? A doctor. He got hooked on morphine and died of an overdose. I died of typhus. Almost 1 million souls left the earth in that epidemic. Is that why you live alone in the astral now, developing formulas for drugs against infections and viruses? I am curious about that. Yes, Edgar. Where is your husband's soul now? Somewhere on Earth, by distribution. In the ranks of Satan opening graves? Do you miss him? No. And where and when did you live? Who were you? I don't remember anything, Edgar smiled. You just don't want to remember, do you? Edgar shrugged and pointed to the clock on the wall by the counter. It's time to go back.